centers and more than 12,000 connected schools, Brainwonder has always been revolutionizing the face of academic guidance, career development, and personal growth by its using US patent, DMIT, and online psychometric tests. To discuss more on this, I have Mr. Manish and Ms. Namrata Sinha with me, who is the founder and CEO of the Brain Wonders. A very warm welcome to you both, and thank you for joining us. Kindly help me in giving an understanding, more insight about the journey so far in terms of when did you start, how did you start, or any beautiful journey which you would like to highlight over here. Over to you, Mr. Manish.
Thanks, Alka. Thanks for introducing this brilliant concept of Brainwonders. And thanks for allowing your platform to ensure that people use this particular technology. Brainwonders was conceptualized in the year 2011. So it's almost now 10 years. Okay. It all started with the concept of me identifying and knowing what my child's innate potential was. He was 2 years old, and it was very difficult for us to identify what sort of playgroup or preschool should the kid be. And that started the journey of understanding her. And that took me to Taiwan. Professor Lin is a Taiwanese genetic engineer, and he patented this particular concept. So I got it in India in 2011, and since then it is almost now 10 years. We have got close to 108 centers doing it. So apart from this, we have 28 other psychometric tests, and we are awarded on close to 17 different platforms. And that is where our journey starts with respect to Brainwonders. We can move to the next slide.
No, I would like to understand from Namrata as well, since she has joined. So over to you, Namrata. Anything, from the conceptualization, if you are the founding team, please help in giving more understanding about Brainwonders.
Thank you so much. Yes, so I am the clinical psychologist at Brainwonders. As you would know that in the education sector and counseling sector, how big the name Brainwonders already is. So we had started this journey of now 11 years back, and what we have understood, why as a psychologist I'm talking especially, is that we have been able to connect with so many schools and people from all walks of life. So whether it's a preschool, whether it's a parent who wants to enroll in their child into a preschool, or whether it's even a corporate who wants to understand, hire the right talent, nurture the right talent, and ensure that the core team or the leading team is made up of the right people. Brainwonders has been able to make a very, very significant impact in all the areas. So that is the reason, I wanted to be here today, so that I can, and I also, very importantly, for the same thing, we have been able to gain a lot of recognitions from the education sector, from the media industry, from the corporate sector, even from the healthcare sector. So as you move ahead, which obviously my director, Mr. Manish sir, will take ahead, we will understand that how diverse our portfolio actually is, and because of that diversity blended with the aspect of always continuous ever going research and sharpened with the use of technology, we are here, and we are still going strong ahead. So that is what I have to say here now. Over to you, sir. I'm very happy that you are here for the session today. Yes.
Thanks, Namrata.
Yeah,
thanks for the beautiful introduction.
Please. Yes. So, question to Mr. Naidu. My question to you: Why choosing a Brainwonder is a good idea? Help us in understanding, the points. Why will people choose this as an opportunity to invest in franchisees?
So let's start with the fact that why would one start franchising? I mean, obviously, franchising. Yeah, okay. One of the main reasons why somebody should join franchising as an opportunity rather than starting their own business is obviously franchising has their own advantages. Franchisee has its advantage in the by way of you do not have to replicate a lot of things. Experiences are being thought of. There's a lot of management which comes into the fore. the brand name is taken into consideration. So all these reasons is why one should go into franchising. Now, in franchising, why should somebody select an education and a technology sector? Education is something which is recession proof. I mean, as kids, when we were born and when we went into the school, colleges, institutions, the sort of costing which required somebody to be an engineer maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years back, there is tremendous amount of costing which has increased, and also the salary expectations, etc. So, in terms of education, it is always a recession-proof industry, and technology with education is a gung ho. You know, it's one of the sectors which is probably just booming in. Uh, 2020, COVID taught us that how technology can help us, and 2022 onwards, probably the next 10 to 15 years, it's an industry which will replicate an IT industry. So technology plus education is something which is a cream of today's generation. Secondly, why education? Because if you talk of retail, if you talk of F&B, if you talk of hotel, if you talk of anything else, there are too many pros and cons, and there are too many moving parts. In education and technology, it's very easy. It's very easy to replicate, and it is very easy to growth hack into a system. Now, why Brainwonders? Okay. So now, if you look at the last 10 years or 11 years of top institutions, organizations in the uh, education technology fraternity. So apart from probably an NIT or an Aptech or an Arena or Byju's, which is just trying to come in, uh, this also this also ensures us that we are there for almost 11 years into this particular industry, and the fact that we have survived not only pandemic but we have grown almost multiple times uh, proves that this particular company is there not only for the next coming 10-15 years, but it will also rule the industry. Now let's get into the career counseling per se. Now career counseling is a very fragmented industry. Okay, there are not too many players who are strong in this particular industry, especially the franchisee segment. So now if you look at somebody who joins us, okay, what do they get? What do they get along with Brainwonders? So obviously we are the only patented firm in the DMIT sector. Second, right from 2016, that is when we started to get connected to the schools. There are a lot of people who are probably asking for Hindi. So, do you want me to also probably talk in Hindi as well, or do you want me to continue the conversation in English, Alka? क्या मैं हिंदी में कन्वर्सेशन करूं या मैं इंग्लिश में ही शुरू करूं? I mean, do you want me to continue in the same flow, or do you want
No,
to make it bilingual?
preferably, Mr. Naidu, there is a message which I can see it also. We will have both, so that
Fine.
जो
I'll
join कर रहे हैं उनको they should be comfortable.
fine.
And
So,
message to Ms. A. Om Ji, please share your contact detail so that we'll be in touch with you post completion of.
correct.
Yes, over to you, Mr.
तो
Naidu.
अगर हम हिंदी में बात करें, सो नाउ आई विल ट्राई टू डू बाइलिंगुअल एज मच एज पॉसिबल. तो अगर हम एजुकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी की बात करें, तो एजुकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी ऐसी एक पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप है, और ये पर्टिकुलर एक इंडस्ट्री है जो कभी थकने वाली नहीं है. इट इज़ नॉट इवन अ सनराइज इंडस्ट्री, इट इज जस्ट स्टार्टिंग टू सी द पीक ऑफ द डॉन. सो दैट इज दैट इट इज स्टार्टिंग टू गेट अप. एंड ब्रेन वंडर्स इस पर्टिकुलर जर्नी में लास्ट के 11 साल से सर्वाइव रुका हुआ है और डोमिनेट कर रहा है. तो इस पर्टिकुलर संस्था के साथ जब आप जाओगे, तो यू गेट मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स, एंड दिस इज अ कंपनी विच इज बीइंग अवॉर्डेड बाय एटलीस्ट 18 डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, 4 डिफरेंट टाइप्स. तो कम से कम लास्ट के 5 सालों में, 6 सालों में, लास्ट के 2 साल तो नहीं थे कोविड के टाइम पे, व्हेन देयर वर नो फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज अलाउड, but otherwise there is close to 18 to 20 awards which we have won at the national levels, which means that the product is very strong. और जब प्रोडक्ट स्ट्रांग है, मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रांग है, कंसेप्ट स्ट्रांग है, और मार्केट में अगर प्रॉब्लम है करियर काउंसलिंग का और करियर्स का, so it's an ideal match. So it's an ideal match between both the alignment, and that's why somebody should invest in Brainwonders and try to get into it. So that's my take. And shall we move
Sure.
to the next slide? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now an ideal franchisee
Yes.
profile.
So,
See,
we.
yeah. Sorry, Alka ji. बोलिए.
Yeah, like any brand, you must be having, a certain set of criteria in terms of the background you look for, in terms of education or a skill set you look for. Please help me in understanding about the same.
Wonderful. So anyone who wants to start a franchisee, किसी को भी अगर franchisee start करना हो, we need to see the education background, the time he will spend it, and the skills required. अब जहाँ तक कि education का सवाल है, obviously education is no criteria for somebody to grow big, but either you should be a psychologist, counselor, entrepreneur, or you should be in a position to hire those skills. ठीक है, तो या हम उस पर्टिकुलर बैकग्राउंड में हैं या हम हायर करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम नो काउंसलर, सो व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड दिस आई वाज इनटू आईटी, सो वी वर द बिगेस्ट नेशनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स ऑफ अ लॉट ऑफ Asus, Compaq, HP, Lend, Deliver products. So, but my skill and my zeal to learn more, and my zeal to understand more, and my zeal to grow more ventured into this particular education technology. So skills is something which you could learn. Education, obviously, if you're a graduate of any kind, it will help you understand it far more better. And second is the background. Obviously,
Yes.
you need to be very empathetical. You need to
So,
grow. Okay. Yes, Alka ji. You were saying something. You wanted to. Hello. Okay, I can't hear you. But yes, now. Alka ji. Can anybody hear me? Can anyone hear me? Am I audible? Just check. Alka ji, I think you're not audible. The rest of the viewers, am I audible? I just wanted to. I'm audible? Okay. So in terms of time requirement, I think time is something which is see, any franchisee or any concept which you start, it's like any business which you start is like a baby. Okay. So best of the time you will have to spend on this particular business. If you take it as a side business and if you treat it as a stepchild, so it will give you the returns as a stepchild. तो आप जितना ज़्यादा इस पर्टिकुलर कंसेप्ट में दोगे, the more the time you give in this particular concept, the more you will understand it, the more you will understand the industry, and the more you will grow. So time is equivalent to growth in a very simple alignment. So I think anybody who wants to start this particular beautiful venture, more the time, greater the money. So that's the mantra out here. So education, background, skills can be bought in, education can be bought in, background is somebody who would want to make a difference, and time is something which you should have, or probably somebody in the family should be in the position to have the ownership of giving time for this particular concept. Yeah, so can we move to the next slide?
yes. Before we go next slide, can you help Mr. Sheikh, if you're listening to us, please share your contact detail along with Shirkul meeting. You can share your email address or the phone. We'll be in touch with you and take the discussion. Yes. So, yes, Mr. Naidu, after having a good understanding of the inception and all these, selling points which you have highlighted in this webinar, we would like to know about the financials. So, how many models do you have, or any, the ROI and the good understanding about the entire business model.
Okay, now before we go into the financial, yeah, so thank you. So before we go into the financials, let me make you understand how the business model is. So what we do, what does Brainwonders do is that we have a patented technology called DMIT. It's called Dermatoglyphic Multiple Intelligence Test. Along with it, we have aptitude, psychometric, IQ, interest level, and various other psychometric tests. But obviously, we ride on the Brainwonders patented test. Now, what we do in this test is we take fingerprint scans. So we take your 10 fingerprint scans, and a 24-page report is being generated. Now, what happens is why fingerprints? Because fingerprints don't change. Fingerprints are never degenerate. Fingerprint is last to be degenerated from a decomposed body. Fingerprints are formed when the child is in the mother's womb from 13th to 23rd week. So fingerprints gives you a lot of genetic information. और उसी genetic information को we use it to identify the left and right brain dominance, the learning style, strength, weakness, characteristics, career introspection. So we have close to 507 careers, which is lined with 13,000 colleges, 18,000 universities, 11,000 courses. So identifying career is something which every parent right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari would want it. So the concept is that we charge a royalty to you, and you charge an X amount to the franchisees. To the clients. So that's how the royalty model is. Now the best part is there is no capital expenditure. तो यहाँ पे total capex लिखा है. So total capex and the franchisee cost is the same because there is no other capital expenditure which is. So there is no other capital expenditure which is required to start it. I mean, 3.5 lakh rupees is the basic bare minimum unit franchisee. Generally, we recommend unit franchisees only in remote locations. Say, for example, there is B town city के साथ में, if there is a particular, like for example, Betul, या अगर मैं पुणे के बाजू में if I say something like Satara, or maybe Bombay के बाजू में if I say Palghar. So these are the 3 and 4 level city where the unit franchisee starts in. Now, always understand in business, lower the investment, longer time it will take for you to return for the return of investment. And higher your investment, the faster it grows because money attracts money. That is the mantra of
True.
That's how it grows. That is how it grows. So the unit franchise is for anybody who wants to just try it out, start at home, want to do a side business, which I am stating that they shouldn't do it. But any preschool which wants to start it. So this unit franchisee is for basically somebody who wants to start it at home, sort of a segment, Soho segment. But we will go to the next segment, which is more interesting and more better. Now, this is an area franchise. Area franchise is somebody who has got rights for a particular area. Say, for example, we say Kolhapur. Kolhapur as a city, I'm just taking Maharashtra because we are a Mumbai-based organization. So, Kolhapur as a city, you have franchisee rights on that particular city. So, nobody else can be a franchisee in that particular city, and you will be uh, under that particular. Any franchisee whom you appoint under the area franchisee will be below you. So that's how the concept of an area franchisee is. Your royalty cost per report reduces massively.
Yes.
You also get introduced to 3 schools from our huge list of almost 1,300 schools which we have across the country. By the way, we have that sort of a network pan India. That's the way we expand, and आगे जाके, moving forward, you will also see a lot of school principals and directors and owners giving testimony to the fact that how brilliant the product is. So area franchisee gives you area rights. So in that particular area, you are the particular person. You would be the only person who would have the monopoly to run the business. So that's how an area franchisee is. Your royalty cost per report reduces per se the report which was given to an unit franchisee. Now, if we move to the next one. Now, there is a master franchise. Master franchise is somebody who has got city rights. For example, if somebody says that I want Pune as a city, and under Pune I can have 18 different, franchisees under them. So you get a franchisee royalty cut. For example, if somebody wants Bangalore, so Bangalore can be divided into 4 areas, and all those 4 areas can further be divided into 2 areas. So you can have 8 to 10 franchisees under you. We give you a minimum of 10 school connect. We give you a minimum of 2 people on our payroll who will help you grow the particular business. We help you with standee, we help you with software, we help you with scanners, marketing, bombarding of Facebook ads. So in short, we do everything possible for you to get the revenue back within 12 months. Because the
Sure.
cost of a DMIT report is close to 5,000 plus GST. So it will not take more than 1,000 reports for you to get your reports costing back. And 1,000 report is not more than 5 school connection, or 10 school connection in the max. So this is an ideal way of going ahead. If somebody wants to invest more, they could be in a position of getting the return of investment far more faster than anything else. So this is your master franchisee model.
Sure.
Yeah. Now there is a
Yeah.
regional
So we have
franchisee.
a
Now
regional
regional
franchisee
franchisee.
as well.
Yes. So a regional franchisee is somebody who where we run the show. So we run Coco centers. Okay. So we set up our office, we set up our manpower, we set it up everything, and we assure a return of investment back uh, uh, to the investor within 9 months. So any amount which comes into the kitty first goes to the person who has invested into it. So in this, your ROI is tremendously higher, and best part is that unlike the time required in that particular earlier thing, out here you can act as an investor, and this is far more beneficial for anybody who wants to probably invest maybe in a flat, or maybe maybe into real estate or stock. So instead of investing in real estate or stock, this is something which will you will add value, and the business will grow because edutech as a sector is also growing. So this is obviously the best go ahead situation for anybody who wants to come in. Now, can we move to the next slide?
Sure. Yes, yes. Please help me in understanding about the support which a franchisee can expect from you as an organization.
So let's start from startup. So right from identifying the manpower to identifying the space where it is required. The best part is that this doesn't require too much of space. 300, 400, 500 square feet is more than enough for anybody who wants to start it. So let's take an area or a master franchisee upwards. So in terms of startup, right from Google indexing, Yahoo, digital marketing, we have got a team of 8 SEO experts who would help you grow in this particular vicinity. So if you type DMIT, you type career counseling, you type DMIT test, Brainwonders is there top always in Google. So that's the sort of strong SEO which we have done in. So in terms of startup support, we give you everything A to Z to start with. In terms of operation support, obviously if you are an area or a master franchisee and above, we give you 2 manpower from our end. Ongoing business support keeps happening because we do a lot of parenting, teachers, and principal workshops. So as I mentioned in the earlier slide, almost 1,300 sort of schools are connected with us. So there will be ongoing, continuous B2B and B2C leads which will keep coming to you, and that will keep floating to you. So that is one advantage which you will have with our business. And technical support, I mean, that's the best part because all you have to do is just take the fingerprint scans and the report comes in. So in terms of anything which has got to do with a technical gung ho, everything is taken care of. There is hardly any operation which is required in terms of the technicalities out there. So startup, right from starting up the operations, operating it in terms of the counselor or the salesperson required, lead generation in terms of B2B, B2C, Facebook, Google Ads, in terms of flyers, if at all, if it is required, WhatsApp messages, SMSs, everything is being taken care by the company. But obviously, we need your constant, ongoing ground hold support to take it further.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so we have the clear understanding from Mr. Naidu in terms of where to start, how to start, everything in regards to which a franchisor can do for franchisees. The next question is how will you help any activity to target the level of income which they can generate. So what type of strategy or a marketing could help a franchisee to get his required target achieved?
See, you have to understand that Brainwonders works on a philosophy of keeping the last mile runners the get the maximum benefit. So if you look at
Hmm.
our ROI and if you look at our royalty, it is hardly 20 to 30% of the cost of the product. So royalty is something which fuels our business. So for us, the initial support cost or the initial franchisee fees just makes us comfortable to launch them. Afterwards, there will be continuous handholding support in terms of the 29 psychologists we have, the 8 digital marketing staff strength support we have, and you will have a dedicated regional manager who will be in a position to handle your account and ensure that your daily DSR is being taken care. Okay, now we also have an in-house CRM. So we have a CRM that the moment a lead comes in, your mail, SMS, WhatsApp, text message, marketing automation, funnel, everything moves out. So in normal terms, एक लीड जब आती है अंदर तो उसका जो पूरा जर्नी है राइट फ्रॉम ए लीड हु क्लिक्स इनटू द सेक्टर टू he going into a conversion mode is being tracked. Even we have users whom we track for 1-2 years, and then we close the deal. And the best part in this particular revenue model is anybody is your client. So right from a 3-year-old child to a 50-year-old child, you can make a difference to anybody. Because by your DMIT counseling, it is not only careers, it is also adolescent counseling, it is also identifying your inborn potential counseling, it is also relationship counseling, it is also knowing what subjects to select, what streams to go in. So your target audience is huge, and 80% of my clientele are above the age of 35. So every walking person is your client.
Hmm.
So we will do everything to help reach my level of target of income, because that's how I will grow and that's how you will grow.
Yes, yes. Thank you for the update. So we'll go to the next slide to understand about another query from the perspective which franchisee prospect look for. Apart from the marketing and other stuff information which you have given to us, is there any specific marketing activity which you do for the franchisees from the company side?
We do a lot of principal rollout event. So what we do is, say for example, if you take Bangalore as a city and somebody wants to start a franchisee out there, so we will do a conclave of say 100 to 125 principals at one go, where we will be telling them and teaching them and talking to them about how to introduce this particular product, and we award them. So in that particular way, we have the acquisition strategy of all the stakeholders who could be in a position to take decisions at one go. So that has brilliantly worked for us, and that's the reason why we have reached out to more than 35 lakh kids in the last 10 years. So that is one sort of a marketing. That's a very B2B2C marketing strategy which we employ, which has been very successful. And I think once the doors of the school are open, then it is constant going, pitching, talking, and aligning with the principal and ensuring that your PR is proper. So it's all a PR game afterwards.
Sure, sure. Fine. So let's move to the next slide. Yeah, so I think we have taken the question. Thank you, Mr. Sheikh, for sharing your contact detail. So I would request Kulmeet also, and along with Shaloka to share, your contact detail or email address to process further with the discussion. Any question, if you are viewing us, can also to Nawaz, Muhammad Rafi Muzaffar. Nawaz, you please share your contact detail if you're interested to know more about, the opportunity. Sure, Anshuman Mishra, we got your details. So we'll be in touch with you through LinkedIn. Yes, yes, this is a request to all the viewers who view us. Apart from the today's, the company which we are representing, the Brainwonders, you can give a call on the number flashing on the screen, which is 9844443200. You can email us on business@franchisebazar.com, and please visit franchisebazar.com to come to know about Brainwonders. There are required details which is there on the web page, along with the any other information. So based on your investment, based on your interest and location, you can filter your interest for a franchisee, and please approach us. So Mr. Naidu, thank you for elaborating the Brainwonders and its beautiful opportunity. Any word for the viewers or for the prospect who would like to join you as a franchise?
I think one thing which anyone who would be seeing this video and who hope to see the video till 30 minutes or so, I would like to say that give us an opportunity to talk to you, make you understand the beautiful virgin market or the greenhorn market or the blue sea ocean market which you get. And you will find that the opportunity is immense and there is a problem, and as solution providers we can make a difference to the society and also earn. So I think those three things are something which is very important for anyone to grow. And yes, you earn money and you grow in respect as well. I mean, what more you need?
Yes. Thanks a lot. With this note, I'm ending the session. Thank you.